I have great news for you. You will not believe it. Actually, today's conversation, I want to explain to you how to get approved for a high limit business loan from a Blue FCU with fair or bad credit. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's discussion, I want to explain to you how to get approved for a large business loan from Blue FCU. Even if you have bad or fair credit, you can do it on the EIN only if you want to. Step number one, folks, I want you to join Blue FCU. Now, Blue FCU is a credit union. So, as with all credit unions, you got to join, right? You got to become a business member. And they're based in Cheyenne, Wyoming, but they actually cover the whole United States, okay? So, you can see actually on the screen here, honestly, just about anyone can join. You can see on the screen the list of options that you have if you want to join, and you can see that you can join through a family member, through an employer or organization, through the FE Warren Air Force Base and military entities. But if you don't qualify through all those, if you don't meet any of the first three criteria, guess what? You can see on the screen here, you just donate $5 to the Blue Foundation and you're in. That's it. Okay, very, and you can see on the screen the Blue Foundation is a great foundation. So the requirements for being a Blue FCU business member, first of all, you need to have the individual credit union membership. You got to be 18 years of age at least. Business must be incorporated in the United States or its territories. 3 months of operational history at least. Articles of incorporation, you got to have your EIN, you got to have your bylaws, etc. And you need to have a business checking or savings account at Blue FCU. Okay, and you can see, so the bottom line here is, folks, as you can see on the screen, you don't have to live in Cheyenne, Wyoming to qualify. So item 9, can you see on the screen here? Item 9 on the screen, it says clearly that Blue FCU has members in all 50 states and 18 countries worldwide. So the bottom line here is, I want you to go ahead and join Blue Federal Credit Union if that's something that you like to do. Of course, especially if you want to get the loan, guess what? You got to join. Okay, you can't be outside if you're trying to get some moolah from Blue FCU. So you want to join them now, and you want to set up everything, get your paperwork ready, get your company's paperwork ready, and you want to contact them ASAP. Step number 2. You need to familiarize yourself with Blue FCU's business loan, because this is a loan that is great, but you got to really understand what we're talking about when we mention EIN only business loan from Blue, especially if you're trying to get a large amount with bad or fair credit. You need to have a better idea of their loan. So with Blue FCU, you have several types of business loans. So you have commercial mortgage loans, you have commercial vehicle loans, you have term loans, you have commercial lines of credit, you have construction loans, and you have equipment loans. Here is a big decision time for you. What is a business term loan at Blue FCU look like? Do you know? Okay, you don't, right? I'm going to tell you. A business term loan at Blue FCU is actually a lump sum of capital that you pay back with the regular repayments at a fixed interest rate. So this type of traditional financing is what most people think of when it comes to small business loan. So the word term in term loan comes from its set repayment term length, which can range from a few months to several years, depending on the type of loan. So when you contact Blue FCU, they'll tell you the term loan that you need, the amount they want to qualify you for, and how long you have to repay it back. Okay, and this could be 2 years, 3 years, all the way to 5 years. Okay, and the one thing you also need to understand that the loan amount can differ. Again, it depends on the strength of your application. So with a Blue FCU business loan, You can actually do a lot of stuff. You can purchase equipment or inventory. You can take care of working capital. You can refinance other business debts. You can hire staff. You can meet payroll or your tax obligations. You can finance business expenses. You can purchase real estate because they have also commercial mortgage loans, right? I said that before. You can also fund general long-term investments. Those are investment that allow you to expand, business expansion loans, okay? And one thing we love with Blue FCU is that they do have very generous loan amounts. Sometimes it can go all the way to 5 million, but again, it depends on the strength, the solidity of your application. So you want to contact them. You want to be prepared, and once you contact them, they will explain everything to you. Step number 3: if your goal is to get approved for a high limit EIN only business loan with the Blue FCU with fair or bad credit, you need to bank with Blue FCU. So my point is, it's not just about joining the credit union and that's it. If you join Blue and you just sit around and not do anything, they're not going to take care of you. See, if you want their moolah, you better give them some of your moolah too. It goes both ways. This has to be a mutually beneficial relationship, okay? If you are sitting there, you're listening to me right now, and you're thinking, you know what? I think I kind of want, I might want to have I could fancy $1 million from Blue FCU in terms of loan. You need to start banking with them. You need to bank with them not only at the personal level, but also at the business level. So they have a constellation of accounts that you might want to think about. For example, they have basic business checking. They have business plus checking. So these are the two checking accounts they offer businesses in their business checking product line. They also offer business savings. So they have business savings accounts and business term shares. One thing I should tell you that's very important: if you really want to get a high limit loan, business loan with a Blue FCU with bad or fair credit, you want to have at least 2 accounts with them. So you got to have a basic business checking and a business savings account, or a business plus checking, or business term shares, whatever it is. And I'm speaking about only the business level. At the personal level, you need to have at least 1 account. And I'm not talking about large amounts. It's all about building a relationship. It's all about cultivating a rapport, right? Because again, as I said, if you have bad credit and you're trying to get some cash from Blue FCU, and you have no deposit with them, or you have no consequential deposit with them, they're not going to lend to you. Obviously, I'm not asking you to deposit $1 million if you have that money in Blue FCU to borrow $1 million from them, because if you had that 1 million, you probably wouldn't need the money anyway, the loan anyway. My point is, you can deposit 10 grand or 5 grand or 25 grand and request a $250,000 loan. Okay, this is how you play the game. So think about it. They have 4 accounts that you need to get. Not 4. You need to get 2 out of 4. Basic business checking, business plus checking, business savings account. For the business savings account, you need to maintain a minimum daily balance of $100 if you want to earn dividends. And the 4th account is business term shares. Step number 4, folks. I want you to explore other Blue FCU business services, because again, the whole idea is to cultivate a relationship. If you have a skinny FICO score, you better have a fat checking account. That's how it works. I'm just giving it to you straight here. All right. And if you don't have a fat checking account, there are other things you can do. You can actually, quote unquote, pay Blue FCU more. In other words, you're trying to have not only asset accounts meaning your business checking and your business savings accounts, right? But you also want to do more business with Blue FCU. You want to bring more moolah into their balance sheet so that they can, in return, also give you some moolah in terms of loans, right? So you want to explore other Blue FCU services. What are those? So they have financial advising. So they actually advise clients personally, but also businesses. So they have, so that's financial advising. They have teams that are in Wyoming and Colorado. Again, you don't have to be based in those 2 states. They take care of the whole United States. but this is where their teams are. Okay, the financial advising team are. The financial advising team is. You also have invest and plan. Here, they, whether you are an experienced investor or just starting out, they can help. So they have their investment representatives that are they're right there to help you. Big decision time. Do you need investment decisions in your business or at the personal level? Talk to me. I want you to talk to me right now. Do you need that? If you do, and your goal is to get a loan through Blue FCU, I would suggest right now to direct some of your business to them. In other words, talk to their experienced representative and see how they can help you. You also can use Blue FCU to plan your retirement. Okay? And one thing we love is that they will help you explore your investment options when it comes to retirement planning. So they have retirement services in terms of individual retirement accounts, IRAs, the Roth IRAs, the educational IRAs, the retirement plans, 401k, 403b, and SEP. And the cool thing here is they have a very experienced licensed advisors. Okay, for example, we have Donna Creighton. So Donna Creighton is on the screen right now. Fantastic investment advisor, great professional. We have Daniel Hancock, fantastic investment advisor also. And then we have Dave Pringle. So Donna, if you contact either Donna, Daniel, or Dave, they'll take care of you. They'll help you. They will explain everything to you in terms of investment advice, in terms of retirement services, in terms of financial planning. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are having a conversation today about how to get a large EIN only business loan amount from Blue FCU with bad or fair credit. And step number 5, you need to know your business credit score. This is so important, folks. You got to know your business credit score, because the whole thing is a lot of folks just tell you, hey, listen, yeah, I have a bad credit personally and at the business level. But do you have a clear idea? So we're showing you on the screen right now, courtesy of NAV, that when we talk about business credit score, you need to understand that both your personal credit score and business credit score are important when it comes to getting a business credit card or a business loan, especially a business loan from Blue FCU. This is very, very important, okay? And the thing here is I want to quickly focus on business credit for a minute, okay? So at the personal level, credit score ranges, you have 300 to 850. And in terms of credit score, there are over 150 places where consumers can check and monitor their consumer credit scores for free. But at the business level, things are not that free. You have to pay for them. And there are a few factors that determine business credit score. So you have your payment history, the age of the credit history, debt and debt usage, the industry risk, and the company size. And by far the most important factor when it comes to business credit scores is payment history. Does your business pay its bills on time? Very simple. And some credit scores are almost exclusively calculated based on payment history. So I'm showing you on the screen right now, we have the business credit score. So we have it from Dun & Bradstreet, the PAYDEX. The score ranges from 0 to 100. We have the IntelliScore Plus from Experian, 0 to 100. We have the FICO Liquid Credit Small Business Scoring Score, 0 to 300. And then we have the Equifax Business Delinquency Risk Score. And here is 224 to 580. And so these are some of the popular business credit scores, okay? And so we're showing you right now, we're just breaking down more clearly. You can see on the screen right now the IntelliScore Plus from Experian, how the whole thing is broken down in terms of score range, where they have the risk class 1, risk class 2, all the way to the risk class 5 categories. We also have the FICO Liquid Credit Small Business Scoring Service. You can see that on the screen. It goes from 100 to 200. So it's important to understand that you need to know your business credit score so that you can determine your borrowing power. You can determine your rates on business insurance, for example, and you can get more time to pay also, okay? And there are a couple of reasons why you want to check your business credit scores. Mistakes happen. Credit scores do change. Fraud can occur. If your business has been victim of identity theft, you want to fix it. You want to find out and you want to fix it. And you can get better financing. Step number 6, folks. If your goal is to get a massive EIN only business loan from a Blue Federal Credit Union with bad or fair credit, you need to get organized. Because once you contact the business, once you contact Blue FCU, they will ask you a few questions and you better be ready. So don't tell me I didn't tell you, okay? First of all, big decision time here. Do you know what an EIN is? You probably do, but do you really know what an EIN really is? Especially when we talk about EIN only business loan, because a lot of folks know that an EIN is just a number. It is a number. It is the equivalent of, it is the business equivalent of a social security number. That's all it is. An EIN is simply a number that the IRS has assigned to you to track you, to monitor your business activities, and to make sure that you are not tempted to play games with the United States government when it comes to paying your fair share of taxes. This is what I tell people all the time. But the EIN really is a unique identifier of the strength of your business. So how do you strengthen your business? Especially if you want to apply for a loan with Blue FCU. You need to actually incorporate, you need to have an LLC, a limited liability company, or a limited liability partnership. You can also opt for a C Corp or an S Corp. It really depends on what you want to do. You got to have licenses and permits, because Blue FCU is very adamant at making sure that borrowers comply with regulations and rules in the industries they work in. So they will check licenses and permits that are applicable to your industry. They will ask for articles of incorporation or organization, depending on the setup you have. Remember, folks, even if you have, let's say you have a single member you have a single member business, you can still qualify. You can still set up, you can still incorporate as a single member LLC. Because I don't want you to start thinking, oh, LLC, I need to have a co-founder, I need to have a group of folks. No. If you're just one person, you can still qualify. You need to set up your financial statements. You need to set up your accounting. Very important. And Blue FCU in some cases will require something called certification of beneficial owners, your CBO. This is important, where they want to have a clear idea of who is behind the company. Okay, in some deals they might ask you for collateral, but this, if you set up things properly, if you do things properly, you can have an EIN only with no personal guarantee involved. Okay, and remember that you got to have your financial statements. Very important. So you got to have your balance sheet, your income statement, your statement of cash flows, and in some cases, Blue FCU might ask for a statement of owner's equity. Step number 7, folks. You need to schedule an appointment to apply. Remember that you can, with Blue FCU, you cannot apply online. They don't have this functionality, okay? And you can actually, you can see on the screen here that they have a 24/7 call center. So even though they're based in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and you're not there, let's say you are in New York or you are in Connecticut or you are in Florida, you can call. You don't have to fly all the way there unless you really want to, but you can call 1-800-368-9328, 1-800-368-9328 to get more information. They're actually available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 4 p.m. Mountain. That's the Mountain Standard Time, and this is kind of cool, okay? So, and their address, just in case you are interested in the address, is the Blue Federal Credit Union, 2401 E. Pershing Boulevard, Cheyenne, Wyoming, 82001. One thing I want to make sure you understand here is that when it comes to some of their lending, Blue FCU works with Centennial Lending, where they are a part owner to help business owners grow their company with affordable commercial lending. So we're showing you right now the website of Centennial Lending. So most probably when you apply to a massive business loan, EIN only, through Blue Federal Credit Union, they will direct you to Centennial Lending, but it's the same company anyway, because they have some equity in that company. So it's just from a business standpoint, they have set up things in such a way that they don't process the business loans through the Blue FCU brand, but it is the same thing. So I just wanted to let you know that. But one thing for sure is that you need to discuss with an FCU rep. You want to have a banker call you, or you can go to a branch. It really depends on you, on your availability. And before you have the conversation to the bank or before you apply, I want you to one more time to think about your liquidity needs, what you need the money for, your financial statements. It's preferable. It's recommended that you have a business plan for your company, so that you can project a clear idea of what you need the money for, right? Where you have been in terms of operational history, where you are in terms of operational history, and where you intend to go in the future. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I was talking to you today about how to get approved for a massive EIN only business loan from Blue FCU if you have bad or fair credit. And step number one, you want to join Blue FCU. Makes sense. It's open to everyone, okay? Number two, you want to familiarize yourself with Blue FCU's business loan. Number three, you want to bank with Blue FCU. Number four, you want to explore other Blue FCU services. Number five, you want to know your business credit score. Number six, you want to get organized. And number seven, you want to schedule an appointment to apply. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.